for a minute, because damn, it's cold. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart. Now this can go over here. That's what I thought. Oh, look, I'm missing Binky. Who would have ever thought? Hey guys. We are prepping to make Man a room, so I was kind of doing last second stuff. The big boy bed that I have for him, I need hardware for, but there's a little girl's toddler bed we can use for now, because he's pushing me out the damn bed. And I don't care. It could be maroon. It can be freaking glow in the dark. It's a bed. Shit. We gotta go downstairs. Hey everybody. Oh, laundry must be going. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. This is always the awkward part of live. Nobody's talking. Thank you, Christy. Hey, Brianna. I'm good, and you? Getting the baby's room ready so I can kick him out my bed. That's weird. It's unusual for me to be so low so long in. Good morning, Miss Sharon. I was just saying I'm about to get judged. When I first was opening the live, we have a cute little like spaceship boy bed for the baby, but it's a little taller. Good morning, Elizabeth. So there is a pink, like low to the ground toddler bed upstairs that I'm going to take for Man for now. Hey, B. And let him get out of my bed, but give him his own space. That way, I don't have to worry about him falling out the bed. He can get used to being in a bed by himself, and then we'll build the big bed that actually has about a foot off from the top of the mattress to the ground. So, I'll have a boy out of my bed soon. Hey, beauty. Thanks for the gift. Do you have hiccups? I don't, but somebody else decided to do it for me so kindly. Thanks, babe. Ugh. My legs are killing me. I've been on the bed. I got this cool, if you're like a Bible person and you like to know historic stuff too, get this. There are so many friggin' notes in this thing. It is a 5-pound Bible. It's got the text and notes all around it and tells you like the Jewish population at the time, what they were doing, what Jerusalem would have been like, what their boats would have looked like. Really cool book. I'm good, Carrie, and you? Thanks again, beauty. I agree, Tandy, and thank you. It is, like, look, I'll flip it and give, like, just a... We're just going to pull a random page open. This is all notes. These with, like, the highlighted, they did that. It's part of the storyline. And then it's the notes about the text itself. This is a map of Jerusalem at the time of Zechariah, which this is the book of Zechariah. In the back, we have the actual full color maps showing how the Exodus possibly went, Paul's missions. Really cool little thing if you're into Bible stuff. Just thought I would. I have both recovery Bibles. It is on Amazon, and I got mine, the red, white, and black, for $20. So get it on it while it's on sale. They have a large print that's $40, but it's leather and pretty. But the maps aren't in color, and it's, double the price. Here, I'll flip it. So just type it in the same way you see it on the cover. ESV Study Bible. You want the one that's white, red, and black. You're welcome. It does come with a dust cover. I took mine off because it's just too slippery. Like I said, that's a 5-pound Bible, so you don't need any help with it not staying in your hands. Something told me to talk about it in this live. But with it being so heavy, there's no real comfortable way to read it in bed. I either put it on the mattress and lean over like this, or hold it on my legs with my legs out, and it kills you either way. Monday starts my new 5 a.m. morning routine. So that's going to be a thing that I'm not happy about, but needs to be done. Got the babies, all the boxes out of the baby's room, so we can start getting that set up as more than a playroom. I'm thinking about unboxing the second gate and just getting rid of the box while we're at it. But I don't know. It was an accidental duplicate, and I didn't really need it, but figured it would be useful to hold on to, and just in case. So, yeah. That's the story of that. TikTok must be broken today or something, because it is abnormal for me to have less than 60 people until like the end of the live. Hey, Luna. Thank you guys for the gifts. Yeah, right, Claire. They have a new chart to show how many unique viewers and how many recommendations there are. I like that. Viewers are starting to discover your live in their feeds as you go live. I've got 19 viewers from that. That's cool. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. They've changed the way they're pushing it out, it looks like. Which sucks, because I did not get to make it on yesterday. Part of it was my fault. I knew I had the rent for this week, and I was just lazy. I still got what I'm past due to work off. I still got diaper money for the weekend to earn. Like, the more readings I can get, the better it is. Hey, Bowser. It is good. How are you? Thank you, Luna. Good morning, Moonlight. I'm not gonna lie, that's part of why I was lazy yesterday. It was because all that adrenaline and excitement, I was passed out. I was so tired. You're welcome. I know, and even the people who turn it on, it doesn't work. Hey, Jen. I am, thanks, and you? I have passed my social studies 2 weeks ago with a 159, and I passed my reading and language arts, which is basically English, with a 172, which is college ready. When I go to college, I will drop right into English 101. Yep, I got to get on top of my science, which is part of why we're doing this 5 a.m. morning thing. I do not miss the newborn days. Like, I miss him being so little and cute, but I do not miss the newborn days. I do, but I don't. Thanks, Bowser. I got to work on science, doing that next, and then I'm in class for math because there's a lot that I haven't learned yet that's on the test. Just because where I came in in the class segments versus the rehab and the actual college. So we had to redo that, but I'm hoping if I don't make it for some summer classes that I'll make it for the fall. I don't know what's in my throat. I'm sorry, that's annoying me. Lucky, mine still doesn't. I will. It's going to take a lot of busting my ass. The biggest thing is I've got to stop letting school push me off live. Like, I shouldn't be hanging on by the skin of my teeth. I should be on here doing my measured readings every day like I'm supposed to do. And now that I'm behind, like, it's even more important. We're getting there. Hopefully this time block thing works. Hopefully I'll be able to stick to it. And I get what I'm looking for. Thank you, Jen. He is doing great. He started walking this week. He did it at daycare. He walked about 5 feet, and then he walked for me last night for a solid minute, the video is, of just him walking back and forth. So, yeah, there's that. And I'm not just talking the little 10-minute steps he's been doing from when I first said it. You know, the most steps we get is like 3 or 4. No. Well, thank you for that. Honestly, I don't even remember. So I'm not even gonna lie to you. I honestly don't remember. For real, Dawning. And add that to needing to study, needing to do lives. Yeah, this time block thing needs to work. Yep, but now this is the official, he can go across a room and get into things walking. Anybody else do that where you got to chew on the strings? I'll also do that with my nails when I get them done. Yeah, that's what they say. And it's coming right at the same time as temper tantrums, kicking fits, throwing fits, screaming fits, beating his head up. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yep, Terrible 2 started early. Real early. Congrats. I am about to hit 19 months clean on the 30th. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, I'm almost to my black tag. My keys, I didn't have the heart to take my favorite one off. The Moon Glow tag was my goal. Right on live or personal, depending on how you want it done. How it works, nobody knows, but I've never had somebody say they weren't satisfied. My glow-in-the-dark one's still there because it's my favorite. I stayed sober on a lot of tough days for this tag. Like, not even kidding. I didn't have my baby yet. I didn't know what else to do, and I fell in love with it. Oh, no, you're fine. Holy wow. Mine climbs on stuff already. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Talitha. And I have my 18 months. And I'm going to put my black one on here and just keep the last 3. And then I have my collection in the back there. I got to put my other gray one on it. But it's too much to actually carry that many with me. Old Ashley would have done it. I've always had like 20 keychains for 1 key. But it's on my nerves now. I'm 19 months on the 30th. Thank you, user. And counting the gray that's not on it, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the gray that's not on it. I'm glad it is too. God, I don't know what's in my throat. I hate when you hear something in somebody's throat. Thank you, guys. I will. I got too much to lose now. Thank you, Mrs. Probably. I also didn't do my nasal spray this morning, so it might be post-nasal drip. It's amazing how much better this stuff works when it can actually get in your nose. How much clearer my ears have gotten, how much easier it is to breathe. Oh yeah, and where I live now, there's so many plants and trees. It's just even worse. Hey, Tia. Me too, Dawning. Well, thank you, Candy. Congrats to your daughter. I am going to have to walk in next year's graduation because there is no way I'm making it by June 5th. He is doing great. He is finally walking distances. Started this week. I wish I could show you the videos, but there's no way for me to keep the sticker where I want it the whole time to cover his face. Yet this one, like, I feel pressure and then I have to lean it and kind of squeeze my eyes like that. Yep, I'm kind of out in the country too. That's what everybody's saying. This is why we're doing the time block. I'm already not managing things the right way, not chasing the baby. So now I'm going to be up at 5 to have some mommy time, baby time before daycare, take him to daycare, get in whatever I need to do for the morning, medicine, wash my face, whatever, go to class if it's a class day, or settle down to study if it's not, come live, and then repeat. It's not that bad, Jen. It's really not. I promise. Oh, I did not know that, Kinley. Thank you. I am. I swear God did it, not me, though, because I prayed so hard for that whole test. Thank you, Janie. He loves cars. Anything cars, trucks. He calls all of them trucks, but he really likes, like, the monster truck type. And he likes Miss Rachel. He likes Cocomelon. He loves Teletubbies. I don't know if you have Roku TV, but they have a family channel on there that has the original Teletubbies. Oh my God, he will go crazy for that show. Hopefully I can make this time management work, because that's what I was just saying a little while ago. Not coming live is more than just not coming live. It's not just stats. Like, that is my job. That is my work. And being lazy isn't getting me anywhere. So I have to do something that is forcing me to be live. Life would be easier if I only needed the 3 or 4 readings a day instead of being where I'm at now, where really it would be great to get like 15. That's a lot harder to achieve. He started gnawing like he was teething about 3 months. But I didn't see any teeth until he was maybe 5 months is when you could actually see it budding. But he started chewing around 3 months. Yep, I gotta be patient and I gotta be productive. God helps those who helps themselves, and I'm not helping myself. But in my defense, I really, really, really wanted the college ready scores ever since I first seen that it was a thing. If you hit 200, yes and no. YouTube's thing that makes it irritating for me is there's no way to really block people, and it's a lot easier for them to steal content that way. And I have to set up my laptop in a way that works, and yet I've yet to find one. But YouTube, it's hit and miss. Plus, YouTube is once a month. I don't really get readings through that, I don't think. I don't know. We have to set it up and see. Hey, Brittany, I'm good. How are you? Maybe that's what I'll start doing Monday. Start making myself set it up. Because I got to get serious. I can't. Losing that 1 week of rent screwed everything up. 2 weeks ago. I still owe $125 of that. And then not coming on that week and a half, that just made it worse. But in exchange, I got a really good grade. So, you win some, you lose some. Hey. Thank you. That's what I'm planning to do. Thank you, Kara. I have 2 more tests to go and I'm finished. Science and math. I'm in classes for math right now and working on science next. Good morning, Sam. Thank you. Science, I probably won't do. Thinking about it, honestly. With the way things are going right now, I probably will not do that to mid-June. Because you have to pay to schedule it. You don't get to pay at the time. So I'll probably do science mid-June, see where I am on math, and hopefully have math done by July. Breeze through our work, and then I'm just sitting there staring. I actually have pages in my notebook where I'm doodling on the sides because there's just nothing to do. English, that used to be my favorite thing. Hey, Lottie. And then I guess from not being in school a while and going for my original entry test, I sucked. I only got half the questions right. And then I started acing it again. I always do. Can you DM me the name, Sam? And I'll say it again, if you are watching this stream and it is not on an account that says Ashley's Recovery Corner, you have anybody speaking over me or talking with me, it is a streamed and stolen live. Please don't participate in copyright infringement. Okay? Not just for me, but for anybody. It's rude. Make your own content to make your own money. It's all right, Sam. Hey. Do me a favor, type the name out. Do not link anything because it won't work if certain things are happening. We are, Nicole. He started his actual distance walking this week. Thanks, Sam. Hey, Pineapple. He started 2 days ago at daycare, and then yesterday with me. Thanks. It's a fish place. I got it for free. I don't even know where the place is, but it's hot pink, so I needed it. Hey, Monty. Y'all haven't missed much. We were in here talking about my new plan to get my ass on track and actually do the things I need to do. I just passed my reading and language arts with 172, which is college ready. Thank you, Lottie. Thank you. I'll have to get it after, but I'll get it. Yep, now I got to do science, which I was just saying probably will be mid to late June because I got to pay for that up front. And right now I got myself in a huge mess not being here, so I got to work on that first. Then I'm hoping for math like mid-July, hopefully, depending on where I'm at in classes. I will take another pre-GED, and that'll be what determines that in the end. Yeah, I know. I just wish I could have got this in time to be in the graduation, but there's absolutely no way. If I would have known about this graduation in November, I probably would have worked harder than I've been working. Although, I don't know if I could really work harder. Thank you, guys. Like, for real. I honestly don't know if I could do worse or more than what I'm doing. I agree. I've also made progress on getting the boy out of my bed. The big boy bed that we have for him is a little tall, and I need the hardware for it. But there is a pink, low-to-the-floor toddler bed upstairs that I give no cares that it is pink. It's whatever. Who says it matters? We're going to put his mattress they gave me in. It was brand new, so no worries about anything being in it. Get him some sheets, and he's going in his own bed because I'm tired of getting kicked out of mine now. And how this tiny baby does it is beyond me. Damn hiccups today. Exactly. Thank you, Sam. He had a pink stroller because I had helped with some paperwork that was actually really intensive and was kind of, there was a lot of legalese in it, and they were getting confused. And when I was finished, his aunt was like, I didn't ask you, what do you absolutely need? I was like 8 months pregnant at the time. And I said I needed a stroller, and I sent her the picture of the kind I had in mind. You know, the regular ones that they grow, and you can set the carrier in it, and it locks, and then it grows with them to toddler. And I got an umbrella in bright pink because somehow she forgot it was a boy. And I am not one to be like, oh, I can't use this because of color. That we use that because I'm not wasting. That's how it is with mine, Jen. Hey, Lori. We are good. I just passed my second section of the GED with 172, and little man has started his distance walking this week. More than just tentative little steps, he's actually walking for extended periods. Thank you. I know, and I hope I don't regret taking the time away from him to do this school stuff. I already regret that he's been in daycare, just in rehab even. But it's worth it. I got to keep telling myself it's worth it. Thanks, C. It really is, Monty. Somebody maybe just told me how to keep a sticker in place, so I might be able to show you all. The only thing is I'm absolutely embarrassed to show my room because it is a wreck in that video. I hope you're right, Lori, because I already do kind of regret it. That's what I say. That's what I tell myself. And that's part of why we're getting up earlier. I'm not going to wake him up, per se. It should be. I haven't heard of it not. The hell was I just going to say? Just bloop. Come back. Oh, I'm not going to wake him up early. I want to get some me time in still. But he's been waking up like 6:30. So that will give me at least an hour and a half with him before he goes to daycare. And then I'll have him from 3 until he goes to bed at 8. So I still get a little decent chunk of time if I can get this to work out. You're all right, babe. I'm sorry to hear that, Lori. Oh, I know. He snuggles me so tight and pats my back like this, like I pat his. When he's excited to see me. That smile lights up his whole face when I walk in the daycare or in a room. And if he can't see me, it's Mama, Mama, Mama. And the longer it goes without an answer, the more serious he gets. When he started telling me no a couple days ago, that was my fault. I heard him sounding it out and was like, oh, I'm going to help him and tell him. And yeah, now he tells me no. Thank you, no. I couldn't leave him as soon as I saw that little face. And I'm sure they appreciate it. It's not their mom, but at least they have somebody. Thank you. Looking great. I always said losing weight was going to be a sign of relapse, and now I'm eating my words. The Mounjaro has me down to 158. And I'm not actually getting the extra skin, so I'm glad of that. You too, Lori. I'm sorry for touching on a sensitive subject. I don't know either. I couldn't. Thank you so much, No, and you too. I like this new thing. Look, I'll show you all what I'm doing because it looks like I'm crazy, right? Here's what I'm looking for. They did this now so that I have this to tell me how many unique viewers I have, how many came from live recommendations. This is the same, the gifters, followers, and views, but this is new. And it tells you how many new viewers found you via live and per whatever minute. It looks like it's in about 4 minute to 5 minute increments. So it's pretty cool. I went through that too, Jen. There were so many sonograms I cried through because it was like, how did my mom go through this with me and then walk away and say those things she said when I was an adult and treat me the way she did growing up? Like, there's a lot of mama issues. I can't imagine it being because you have to be the new mom for them. Hey, Sammy, thank you, and I hope you do too. I got this at Walmart for my man's first gift. Yeah, it was a whole idea, but anyway, it's a little bracelet thing that goes on my phone, and it's got hearts, and it says I love mom. So when you see me down here doing this, that's what I'm doing, twisting it. Thanks, Jen. I hope you're right, Sammy. So far, we do. He doesn't like me to be out of his sight. He is my little shadow. Like, there is nothing I can do. Even when he's mad at me, he comes right back and hugs me in a minute. We have started timeouts. I don't know what started it. I don't know. He just started doing this. He was not in daycare when he started doing this. Thank you, Kimmy. This is back when he was sitting with me in between coming out of the rehab and going to the private babysitter. One day he scratched me and I said, ow, and he liked it, and now it's all the time. And he'll progressively scratch harder. Well, now that he's old enough to comprehend what no means and keep going, we sit on the bed. The toys come away. He sits on the bed for a minute. He's told to calm down, cool off, and I'll stand right here by the door. It's not breaking him yet. He's still doing it. But I've noticed he's not doing it as much. So if anybody has tips on that one, I really, really, really would appreciate it. Timeouts help, but they're mostly just calming him down. And before anybody can complain, that came from his doctor. His doctor was the one who recommended it. We've tried redirecting. Did not stop him. I will give him a toy. He throws it at me and goes right back to it. Or holds it and goes right back to it. We tried redirecting. We have tried removal. He'll just go crazy until he sees me again and then he starts it right back up. We have tried trading parents and putting him with his dad. Same thing. He's 18 months. I'm sorry to hear that, Jen. I wish I could tell you we live with one, same situation, and you're so helpless. What do you do? Yeah, I just am afraid he'll make this a habit into daycare. I don't want him hurting another baby. Hell, I don't want him hurting me, but at least I'm not a baby. Oh! I got a goodie. Hey, somebody. I should probably just seen you said Mimi. Hey, Anna. Did he start, with the whole mom situation? Or has it been a while since that started? The doctor is not concerned about any disorder, so I would say that is something I don't need to do. That is the only thing he does, is the scratching. He shows no other signs. Why did I just do that knowing how this is? Sorry, you'll come back in 1 second now that I'm in the house. He shows no other signs of anything. Maybe talk to a therapist. Oh, I got 3 goodies today. Nope. I really gotta do this meal for them. Choo choo, choo choo, choo choo. I didn't say I don't want an opinion. I just said his doctor wasn't concerned. He's also been through the infants and toddlers program. I've talked about that extensively on this channel. Thank you so much. I'm on Lamictal too. Okay, Sam, and you too. Yeah, he probably needs a lot of talking out, and it sounds like he's just lashing out because he's feeling abandoned. For those who are not familiar with infants and toddlers, they are a program across the country that basically works with children who they have cause to believe that at some point there may be an issue. At the rehab, we all had to be checked with them because what we did. Any baby, if there was consumption, we had to see him. They have never been concerned about him. He has hit every milestone. He's shown no signs. The doctor has seconded that and said no signs, as did our pediatric nurse who worked at the rehab. Just off the top of my head. He has been through infants and toddlers from the time he was 7 weeks old until just before I left rehab. I'm not saying you weren't. I'm just saying it wasn't just one. I'm on it. And I appreciate you trying to help. Mine did not qualify for the program. Every time they interviewed him, he was perfect. The only issue we did run into, that's probably the best thing to do for him. Yes. About a month ago, I ordered a couple used books through Amazon. Probably cost me a whole $10 total. But they came today. It's just Bible books. But if I'd have bought these new, these are like $20 a book. So hell yeah, I'd rather wait the month for media mail. Oh my God. I thought this was going to be a fun read. Yep. His dad's coming, I know that. I didn't say you weren't spicy. As I also said, I appreciate it. I thought this would be an interesting read. That's a lot of a read. Howdy doody, that's funny, because if you knew anything about sobriety, then you would know how this works. You don't, so goodbye. Hey, Melody. I know you said he was on medicine. Does he see a therapist or something through school or counselor? It is, Karma. How is yours? Thank you. What was that, little fairy? You too, Karma. I love to read, though. Somebody's kindness started me down this path. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Not counting the Kindle books that I have on Unlimited. I have almost 20 books that we've gathered, but it's all like the background of the Bible and how that works. Ooh, what's it about? Good. Hey, Melody, good morning. I wonder if part of it, I'm just guessing, I haven't had experience with it except seeing it from other people in rehab. Some of it seems like once their emotions start to mature, they just don't know how to cope. And so even if they showed signs then, now is when it's really coming to a head. So at least he's got the help at the worst part. Well, thank you, Enjoyer. Hey, Chastity. Ooh. please DM me that name. I'll check it out. We had an ODD boy in rehab, and it was rough. It was good, Tracy. How was yours? I don't remember. You too, Enjoyer. I feel bad because I don't have anything to say to help. I can just say what I've seen. I don't know if you saw, but I passed my RLA test this week with a 172. When I go to college, I get to go straight to English 101. No testing. Favorite book of all time would be a tie between Little House on the Prairie series and Harry Potter series. Thanks, Monty. Nope. Honestly, it's probably best that she's not, because the chances of her running again making things worse. I am, Melissa. Thank you. This is my last weekend of sleeping in. I start a new 5 a.m. schedule on Monday to try and squeeze everything I want to do into a day. I know I have ADHD, and one of the ways that it pronounces itself is you either can't focus at all, or you get so hyper-focused that any little sound pisses you off to the point that you want to murder the sound, not the person that's doing it, the sound. You better not interrupt me. Don't, because I will lash out. And I get super anxious all the time over anything to do with concentration or memory. That's funny, Mimi, because there is no case. You know, she's been saying this for almost 6 years, right? Nope. Does it make you feel better looking like you do to come and terrorize somebody else? Is that what it is? Because, girl, your plastic surgery went all wrong. You know, that's part of why I haven't been answering this last little while, is because I'm focused. Yep. Hey, Deb, thank you. Girl, you should have seen her picture. I'm not one to comment on looks much, so you know it's bad if I commented on it. She is like the poster child for why we do not get plastic surgery. It was bad. Either that or it was just done bad. But either way, don't do it. They're all on about this case, and it's funny. You know, this is old news. Anybody who's been around knows. Thanks, Deb. It's already boosting just going to the GED classes, I won't lie. And it's healing my inner child because I was homeschooled. Like, from 3rd grade. Exactly, somebody. When I'm struggling with what? Like anything in particular, or just in general? It's taken a lot, and I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's not still flawed. But we do the 5 senses. Find one thing you can see, one thing you can hear, one thing you can smell, one thing you can taste, one thing you can... Whatever the last thing was I didn't say because I forgot. I do deep breathing. If I really, really need to calm down, I'll do deep breathing with my eyes closed. I do meditate, but not normally when I'm upset. I can't do it when I'm upset. I'm working on stopping picking at myself, like physically picking at my body or causing pain. I'll dig at myself. That's not good. And I guess, honestly, the most helpful thing I have is when I distract myself. I don't know if you ever see me do a tarot reading where I have the Nine of Swords, and I'll say, you're trapped in your thoughts, and you need to picture a pineapple tap dancing on a pizza. Shocking your brain with the most ridiculous thought that you willfully put there helps. I promise. Exactly, Tracy. Thanks for being honest about that, Jen. I need to start sharing more of my stuff again. And yes, going to school is part of it, but I need to focus back on the actual sobriety part, because I have people who got sober with me. I've had people who said they got sober because I did, who had seen me at my worst and said, well, if you can do it, I can. So I need to get back on that. I would also like to talk more about the interest I found in the history of Christianity, like in general. Not even to push religion on you, but or my beliefs on you, but it's so interesting, the history of Jerusalem and themselves, the history of their religious practices. Well, thanks, Jen. I go through that now. I'll see myself, and I saw myself in Lisa Richards. Yes, I understand she's worse, and people swear she doesn't compare, but I do. The only thing is, I also know it's a waste of my time to try and help. Hey, Real, we are doing great, and Mr. Man has started full distance walking. Hope you're doing good, and thank you. Thanks, Monty. I'm glad to see the relationships that have been repaired. I'm glad to see the people who really care coming back. Oh, he runs with that damn walker. He does go fast, though. You've seen it. I think that'll be one of the hardest parts about taking this career path, is the people I can't get through to, or the people that do so good and then you watch them fall apart. That's going to be the hardest part, especially with the focus that I want to work with women and children in addiction. Well, thanks for admitting that. I think that was a lot of people. And I've had quite a few come and tell me the same thing, that, it was just too much caring. I missed you too. Hey, Crispy. That's one thing you can tell about me. Well, first off, I don't usually talk unless something is done to upset me. I'm not one to just sit there and be like, here's all your secrets, because it's fun. But when you do hear me talk shit, that's how you know the people that hurt me most. And that's your little... I know, but I don't feel right calling you hooves. Yep, my focus, I want to work with a hospital and or CPS or jail with women in substance use disorder who are pregnant or are facing, getting their kids back, and kind of be the person for them that I wish I'd had. One of the things I kind of don't talk about that I've figured out since I got to be sober is the hospital knew the whole time. They knew. Never once did they push drug tests on me. I had the initial drug test. That was it. The whole pregnancy. And I'm not blaming them. I just say it's a lapse in... What's the word I want? Lapse in procedure. All the caseworkers they sent me through, nobody questioned me. Nobody's asked did I need help. If they did ask, it was just a casual, I can give you a number. And it was just, you could tell they didn't care. And I think I would have fared better if somebody had come in and said, look, I see you, and this is what you're doing, and it's not good. Would I have wanted to listen? Maybe not. but it would have made me feel more understood, I think. Yep, I had one test, just like they never checked me for dilation at the end. Even at the appointment where she told me she wanted the baby out today, she never checked the dilation. I do not, to this day, know what that entails because she never did it. Thanks, Faith. Thank you, somebody. Or Mimi. I should say Mimi. I agree. I got lucky when I went in to have him. There was a nurse who understood, and she did so great. I had one person who was kind of bitchy about it out of everybody that worked with me. And I'm also grateful that they did not just make me rush and have a C-section and let him detox out and about and let me go through it out and about. Like, hey, dirty. They let us medically detox together. They let the labor go while I did. And with the rest of the trauma that happened, I think that's probably what kept me here. All the doctors that was involved in my birth are gone. I got a letter saying they all left the hospital, and I wonder why. I'm sorry to hear that, Jen. That's what I want to change. Thanks, Miss Tracy. You too. I'll see you next week, I'm sure. I personally, looking back, yes, I know the risks increased with each thing I did. They increased with an epidural, they increased with the vacuum, and they increased with the C-section. But the amount of blood I lost was seriously because nobody checked. Nobody lifted that blanket to see if I was bleeding or if I was okay. Nobody thought anything was weird when I'm telling you I'm peeing myself and I have a catheter in. Nobody thought that was weird. But most of all, I feel like as much as I lost, as fast as I lost it, I feel like there was an accident. I can't prove it. I'll never know for sure, but that's my thought. I had an emergency C-section. Hey, Beth. He was this way instead of this way, and his heart rate started to drop. I pushed for like 40 minutes. They could see his head, but they couldn't get him out. She tried to use the vacuum, tore me up. I had 2nd and 3rd degree tears, I think is what she called them. I remember the 2nd and 3rd degree, whatever it was. Both ways down there from the vacuum. I had the C-section, and then after the C-section, I woke up bleeding out and almost unalived. They said the average pregnant woman has 6 to 6.5 pints of blood in her body, and I had lost somewhere between 5 and 6. And in the space of an hour. And it makes me wonder, was there an accident? I bet it was. And that's exactly why I'm wanting to change it, Chastity. I'm one person, I can't do much, but the only thing the hospital did do for me that I will commend them for was I was about 6 or 7 months pregnant, and the doctor said that if I tested clean, yep, that's how he was born. Hey, Kelly. They said if I tested clean, whatever he tested, if I tested clean, they would not report it. And that was the closest to help that I got from them. And I don't know if they would have stuck to it. But I know they didn't call to report the methadone. CPS hadn't even known that was in my system. So that is one thing that hospitals are doing now, is they check your mat through the clinic or have CPS check it, and then it's done. Thanks, Monty. It sucked, but I have a precious baby boy out of it. And whatever fears I have, that's exactly what I was expecting, Pegs. I'm glad you did too. It's good to see you. Now I'm afraid that having found out it's PCOS, not having a cycle, and everything that happened with the birth in general, at one point they were talking about a hysterectomy. So it's always in the back of my head that they somehow performed this magic hysterectomy that I don't know about. I know it's illogical. I know it's stupid, but anxiety. I'm afraid that'll be the only pregnancy I have, and that I lost it to a substance. I say the same thing, Pegs. I did not have access to him for 3 weeks. I have talked, no, but I missed out on the pregnancy because of my use. Like enjoying it, taking every moment in, actually recording him moving and all the cool stuff moms do. I missed out on that. I go for my OB exam next month, and we're going to take care of everything from there. I was asleep for mine, so I didn't even get to hear my baby cry. I did not meet him until the evening of the next day. I was in ICU for, oh my God, from about 8 or 9 a.m. the 1st until close to the middle of the night on the 2nd. And I did not get him in my room until the 3rd. And then I had the weekend with him, and I was discharged Monday. He stayed the 2 extra days because CPS said I couldn't be around him until I had 30 days of clean UAs. And I ended up making the decision to go to rehab. It had been offered as a way for me to get him right out of the hospital, and I decided to just stick with it. We found a place that could have a spot ready for him in 3 weeks, so I went there, and that was that. Yep, they said that, and they kept their word. I'm glad we are too, Snow. I'm sorry, Medusa. See, I think I didn't dilate. That was part of this whole thing was. That whole thing was just a mess, like from start to finish. I was contracting every 2 to 3 minutes when they sent me for the stress test, and I was 0 dilation. Did you ever get him back? It was. One day when I'm actually got the time, I'll actually type out everything because it was a lot. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Obviously, I got mine back. My case closed. It was open November 1st and closed January 25th. And that's it. I've had no other issues since. I had one thing that happened, and the caseworker laughed with me. Good. I'm glad, and I hope they got in a lot of trouble for that. Thanks, babe. November 1st. See, I've seen people who had stupider, less of an issue things, who lost the ability to be alone with their kids for years. And then I, detoxed in labor, and all they wanted was 30 days of clean UAs. Then they were like, here's a baby. It's not fair. There should be across the board rules for how CPS works. And I don't think taking the baby should not be the first option. Aww. Yep, he's a little Scorpio baby. It should. There should not be a difference between this mom, and this mom. Unless this mom has a lesser issue than this mom. That is the only difference there should be. But I tell you what, I busted my ass. And when I chose to go into rehab, I will admit, we had a woman here in 97, either 97 or 2007. You can Google it and you'll pull up the Baltimore Sun article. She had a poppy seed bagel before going into delivery and ended up making loads of money off CPS because they took her baby and wouldn't give her back, or him. And it was a false positive. It was all over the news. CPS here got rammed all up and down because when they started investigating, they found out it wasn't just in Maryland. It wasn't just Baltimore. It was Maryland, and then it was Delaware was pretty okay. Virginia was not okay. I think it was Massachusetts, they said, had the highest rate. I stopped using the day before. I won't even touch them. I just went through it where 2 tests showed up for alcohol and I was breathalyzed and everything. I asked to be every possible thing they could do to check it to find out it was from diabetes. Because you can't just stop, Patty. Number one, it can kill the baby. Well, you don't have the concerns we have either. Yep, that's what mine, initially that's what I was doing. Good afternoon, Miss Lena. It will, seriously, you can miscarry, and that is not, it does not matter what stage of pregnancy you are in, it will lead to serious issues. And the best thing that would have been done would have been to go on to methadone. But, unfortunately, when you're addicted, the best way I've ever seen this explained is it is obsession and OCD and anxiety all mixed into one with a good dash of depression on top. It takes over your brain. Like, you don't think logically. No person who is under the influence of any substance thinks positive. Somebody said positive, and I read it, I think. Anybody who is on a substance of any kind is not thinking clearly as it is. Now, add somebody who's been on this substance for, in my case, damn near 10 years. That's how long I hadn't been sober. Let me correct myself. There was a couple times where I had as much as a week sober. In 10 years. In 10 years. And I think it gets to be pretty obvious that you're not thinking straight. You don't make sense. You're literally living to use because you feel like that's all you're worth. And I think for me, I dissociated a lot from the fact I was pregnant. Looking back at my videos, I see where it's forced. Not all the time, but towards the end. When it was getting close to labor time, I started to pull away even more. But we made it. And when CPS came, I did get to get a laugh because, as I said, he never came home with me. That first night home that I went live, somebody or somebodies decided to call CPS and tell them that I had my son in my arms on live, if you catch my drift. That was hysterical. We got a good laugh out of that one. She said that was the fastest closed case she'd ever had. I'm glad to see I wasn't the only one. And that's part of why I say, like, I lost all of the pregnancy joy. You and me both, Dirty. To be honest, comments were flying, so... Oh, yeah, you made sense. There's some spelling errors, but you know what it means. Hey, W. It just would really suck if I went through all that and then that's the only baby I could have. I already live with a lot of guilt, and I will never not feel guilty about it. But then to know that that was my only chance and that's how much worse I fucked up, I don't know what it would do to me mentally. But same, I appreciate everybody that's in here sharing their stories, and congratulations to anybody who's even got an hour of clean time. Does the obsessing that something is going to be wrong because of what you did ever go away? No. I have this. No doll heads. Well, I'm glad you did, Sarah. 8 years would be too long for me, I think, because I'm already 36. Yep. I look at him and everything he does, and then it gets worse because I did mess up and set him behind. I was in rehab, and the floors were disgusting. So, hey, Emmett. So I thought that having him do tummy time on the bed was the safest, cleanest option. You know, makes sense. He's not on the dirty floor. He can still get his tummy time. He could still do everything tummy time did, but he was on the mattress. Not realizing that he didn't have the resistance he needed to develop his muscles. And so he had a lack of muscle definition at 9 months. And I freaked out thinking that it was because of something I did. It was, but not like I thought. But other than that, he's been perfect. But I still always worry. Thanks, babe. Every little thing he does. Maybe when I clean it up a little pretty. Hey, Spinning, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm here Monday to Friday. I hope to catch you. Yep. I have an almost 19-month-old. Everything he does, like the scratching, I will admit there was a time when I thought, is this normal? Yeah, I found out it was. When he started temper tantruming and banging his head, my mom said I did it, and they told me I was on the spectrum. But doctor says it's normal. Oh, yeah. Right now, I'm in school, so if I'm not studying or with the baby, I try and squeeze in some Bible and prayer time and a little bit of for fun reading. My days are so full that I'm actually starting them earlier to get more done. Isn't it funny how that happens, Chastity? Thanks, Pegs. But so far, that's like my worst fear, is to find out that I did something or that I messed something up. And I am so blessed, and I don't deserve to be this blessed. Thank you, HK. I'm glad to hear you had more pregnancies and a chance to kind of ease. Well, I don't know that it would actually ease that guilt, because then you feel like, does that mean you love the other one less? Or at least that's what's in my mind now. Hey, Sheila. Oh, congrats, Medusa. Yeah, but it's like all the bad that I've done in my life. Do I really deserve that much good? Hey, Shelby. Thanks for bringing that nickname back up. I thought all you wanted was for me to get better, and yet still, we've got to be rude and nasty. Oh, that's one thing I struggle with. That is something they said would be a risk for him because apparently mixed race children tend to have a higher rate of ADHD. And even if they don't actually have it, they tend to be more active in general. So I've always been prepared for that. But at least I know I didn't cause that. I'm glad to hear that. I am so glad to hear that. Mine loves to be outside. I don't know what you're asking, huh, about Pretty. Oh God, and add the fact I have it myself. Yeah, I already expected this. Good. That's one thing I do not want to do unless it's absolutely vividly necessary, is I do not want meds for my baby for mental stuff. It makes so many changes in your life. I wouldn't want to put him on that unless it was absolutely like there's no other option. Whew. Yeah, I can't imagine a whole household just dealing with myself and him. We overstimulate each other. It's funny. I mean, if she's not suffering for it, I don't blame you. They wanted to put me on Ritalin when I was freaking 4. You too, Spinning. Thanks for stopping in. No, thank you. Alrighty, Snow. Have a good one. I only went back on psych meds because my postpartum was so bad that literally I was borderline psychotic. And I don't know what would have happened if I didn't do the meds. But thank God, for my case, the baby wasn't in danger of me. He was being overly protected in insane, not necessary ways. Hey, Tai Tai. Good, I'm glad to hear that. It was good talking to you too, Jen. DM me sometime. Not too much, how you? Yes, they have, Sheila, but thank you. Because I know that's where you're going with it. Hey, Hope. They are. Well, I was unblocking for a while and then I stopped, but I need to get back to it. A lot of people are blocked that shouldn't be. I'm glad you can too. Thank you, Tai Tai. It still feels unreal sometimes that I'm here. Thank you, kitten. And to think that in the fall I'm going to be a student. Hey, Casey, thank you. Like I was saying earlier, you know, I was homeschooled. I always wanted to go to public school, especially high school. I got gypped of... Oh, well, thank you for that. She won't have help until she wants it, Sheila, and that's the sad part. We were just talking about that a little while ago. Yeah, I always wanted to go to public school. Always would dream about it, like literal overnight dreams. And was so excited that one day I would go, and I never got to. So to have school now, I'm pretty proud of myself. And how well I'm kicking its ass is even better. It is. Looking back at my stuff, the clips that I see, the videos that I put private, I see why people were concerned. What I don't understand is why there was people in my life who kept saying that it was made up. All I can guess is they wanted the worst for me. And I know a lot of people tried to help, that I took it wrong. Exactly. I'm sort of reliving high school now, so it'll almost be like I went to school and then went to college. GED classes has been like 4 years of high school crammed into a few months. Well, actually from like 8th grade to high school. And then college is just going to be college. Although I'm torn. Anybody in here been to college? Like, to the point that you... Well, I don't know how to say this because I don't know if I'm actually asking the right thing. Whether you finished or not. I'd like to see both sides if possible. But I am debating on how I should do my classes. Should I take as many as I can and go full now that I'm in a situation where I can? Should I go ahead and do the grants and everything they're telling me and go full time? Would I do better half part time? Would it do better to start with some and then add later? Like, what do you guys think? I want to be a social worker, addiction counselor. I know that, Sarah. Get me too. I do better under pressure. Hey, Mickey, thank you. She says that looking at what I've done, she really thinks I could do full time. And she was talking about the grants and access for single parents so that they're able to still live while they go to school. And they actually have a lot of access to private. It's not just government, so I wouldn't have to worry about it being canceled. And so it's a hell of an opportunity. Yes, I do have the option to do some online. And some of the classes do run half online, half in person. My concern is the studying. Going to the classes themselves, I'm not concerned about, because I would make sure the times lined up and everything. And I know it's not like straight 5 days of classes in college. But what's the study like? That's the thing. Hell, I'm to the point where I'm sitting in math class through the day's work, doing my studying in my GED math book. So maybe I could handle it, but I don't know. That's the only thing I'm hung up on. She's pushing that as much as I think I can take because she thinks I'll excel in it. And I don't do good when I'm bored. And when I blow through work, I get bored very easy. Yep, I'm starting a schedule Monday for the first time in my adult life. That didn't just happen. Are you able to? Or do they have a time limit on when you can start classes? Exactly, Chastity. Yep, especially in class. I get so bored and I can't. And it drives them crazy because it's like the math class I take on Wednesday is adult education. So it's the lower level math that I didn't get to study, and GED class doesn't have the time to teach. But you may still need. That class, she has done giving me advanced work to keep me busy because I'm going through it so fast. But I also am learning something, so it doesn't make sense to quit. Thank you, Louisa. Or Louisa. I think it's Louisa. Yeah, I'm worried about the ADHD. But I am lucky that my doctor said if it gets to be too much, we'll try Strattera. So I do have options with the ADHD. But I am afraid that I'll get hyper-focused on schoolwork too. Because that's what happens in class now. I get hyper-focused. My brain works super fast because I'm hyper-focused. And then I've answered 30 questions in 15 minutes. Case in point, I had to type an essay for the career I wanted for adult education. Sorry, Jamie, that's how I focus. But, what the hell was I just going to say? Oh, it was a requirement, I think, for the adult education. It might have been GED. I just know I had to do it. And basically, you were to look up what your pay grade would be, what your hours, your responsibilities, what the job you want would entail. And I want to say 6 paragraphs, and they were paragraphs that was done in 20 minutes. For me, it's I can't focus. Like, I lose track of what I'm saying. Even standing still, I gotta move. That's why I'm doing this 5 a.m. schedule, get some study time in, which is where I'm heading. I should be getting ready to hit my 90 minutes. I will say I will not be here over the weekend like I'm usually not, but I will be back Monday. And I will make myself be here so that hopefully next week we can get back to... This isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. I'll get back to being able to break it up into more reasonable chunks. But I do also have trouble with, I'll get absorbed in one thing. Today it was the Bible. I sat there reading the Bible for like 4 hours, maybe. Yeah, about 4, with a couple-minute break. Then I watched 2 videos, and then I moved on to the book I was reading. So now I'll have to give the afternoon to study. But I'm getting better at doing that. instead of just hyperfixating on the one thing all day. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm getting ready to hop off of here too. There's my 90 minutes. I will see you on Monday. It's been nice just chatting. Monty, thanks again. I'm good, Erica, and I'm about to hit 19 months on the 30th. I hope you're doing good too. I'm just popping off of here, so I'm glad you caught me. I hope everybody has a good weekend. Thank you, Daily. It's official on the 30th. I feel healthy too, and with the Manjaro for my diabetes, I've lost some of that extra weight down to 158. I love yours more. Have a good weekend, guys. I will see you Monday. Be safe. Have a happy, fun weekend, and see you on Monday.